What up, and welcome to VR Talk, your source for VR news, reviews, and more. We've got a lot to cover in a short period of time, so let's just jump into it. First off, the HP Reverb G2 is now expected to arrive in November to those who have pre-ordered it before September 24th. It seems there is a high demand for this headset, as HP has stated that any pre-orders placed after September 24th won't be arriving until December. So if this is a headset you were looking to pick up for the holidays, consider pre-ordering it now. In more HP news, the company has announced another version of the Reverb G2 called the Reverb G2 Omnicept. The Omnicept adds face and eye tracking to the G2 that can measure cognitive loads as well as sense facial expressions and eye movements. It seems HP is aiming this headset more towards developers and researchers. The Omnicept is set to launch sometime in 2021. I'll be keeping an eye on this one, as I'm sure more news is yet to come about it in the future, so stay tuned for that. For all you Quest users out there, a new way to share your computer screen to your headset has just arrived. VirtC is a web-based virtual desktop for standalone headsets. All you have to do is go to their website, set which screen you want to share from your computer, then open up the website on your Quest and enter the PIN. You can't stream VR games using this, but if you're trying to get some work done from home or just want to play some flat games on your Quest, this seems like a great option. If you've given this a try, let me know your thoughts on it in the comments. In more PC streaming news, the developer for Virtual Desktop has stated that he has Virtual Desktop running at 90 Hz on the Quest 2 already, which is fantastic news and will make Virtual Desktop even better, and might even make it more appealing than using the Oculus Link for some. However, Oculus has came out and stated that 90 Hz will be disabled in all apps until a future update. I would assume that this will come out quickly considering the 90 Hz refresh rate was a big part of the marketing. A new patent from Sony shows what could be PSVR 2 controllers. They look very similar to the Valve Index controllers, although there is no mention of finger tracking like on the Index controllers. We do know Sony has been working on this technology, so maybe that will make its way into this controller if it does ever actually come out. The patent mentions that the controllers have embedded tracking marks in them, just like the Rift S and Quest controllers, and that they can be tracked by the headset. So that should mean better tracking compared to the PlayStation Move controllers currently used. Hopefully we hear some news from Sony soon regarding any updates on PSVR 2 and these controllers. Haptex has secured a $1.5 million grant to develop a full-body haptic suit for VR and robotics. Haptex has made haptic gloves before, which according to the people who have used it, they feel amazing and felt very realistic. I'm looking forward to seeing where this develops over the next few years, as hopefully it'll lead to the development of more haptic suits and devices for VR. And now, it's time for game news, and we've got quite a bit. First off, let's talk about the best deal for new PC VR gamers, 5-port Infinity. 5-port Infinity has been around for quite some time, but I don't think it gets the attention it deserves. Infinity is essentially Game Pass for VR, and right now, if you sign up for the 1-year commitment, you'll get access to The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, Stride, Vertigo Remastered, Moss, and so many more VR games. 5-port Infinity is updated with new games all the time and is definitely worth taking a look at if you're just getting into PC VR and don't have a huge game library yet. So we've got quite a few new games this week, first being The Walking Dead Onslaught, which released on Tuesday. I posted a review for the game, so check that out if you're curious, but to save you some time, it's not great. If you're looking for a zombie game and you haven't played The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, go have a look at that instead. The Frostpoint beta started this week as well and is available for download on Steam or through their website for Oculus. I've played a few matches, and while it has some issues, it's a really fun game, and I'm sure my issues will be fixed by the time the game fully releases later this year. If you're into first-person shooters in VR, make sure to check this beta out. Suit up and get ready to jump into your X-Fighter and destroy the Imperial scum as Star Wars Squadrons releases today. The game features a full campaign where you will play missions on both the Rebel and Imperial sides, and it also has online gameplay where you can get together with your friends and fight against others in giant dogfights in space. This game looks amazing. I'm about to go play it right after I'm done recording this. I'll be playing the game over the weekend and letting you know my thoughts on it, so stay tuned for that. Sword Reverie, a JRPG-inspired sword game, hit Kickstarter and hit its goal in 72 hours, and now they're working towards their stretch goals. In the game, you are a hero from a different realm thrown into a world in the middle of a war, and are accompanied by two other heroes, Stella, an archer, and Magnus, who is a guardian and your mentor throughout the game. The visuals they've shown for this look absolutely beautiful, and the gameplay looks like a ton of fun. If this is something you're interested in, consider backing the project, especially since there are more stretch goals, including Quest support and PSVR support. Link in the description for the Kickstarter. Another game on Kickstarter is Elysia, a VR MMO that looks like it could be a game changer. Elysia is a new world where the Leganins, which is the race that you play as, have moved to as they destroyed their own world by corrupting it. But they weren't welcomed by the races that lived on Elysia and were pushed back to their own world, but some were left behind. 300 years later, and these Leganins are now free to explore Elysia and all it has to offer. This is where your journey begins. The game features huge areas to explore and interact in. There's rock climbing, dungeons, paragliding, mounts, and so much more. Elysia looks amazing, and I can't wait to try it, but it won't be launching for quite a while. But if you're interested in supporting this project, consider checking out the link to their Kickstarter in the description, as the Kickstarter campaign ends in just 2 days. Then VR is a new 3D platformer coming later this year for PC and PSVR. The game is very stylized and reminds me a lot of Crash Bandicoot. Then VR will have you jumping over obstacles and trying to get all those sweet, sweet collectibles we know you love. The graphics look great, and the developer has mentioned possible support in the future for the Oculus Quest, as in an interview with Upload VR they said, the Oculus Quest is the future of VR. But we want to wait a little bit before providing some official information. This game looks like it's going to be a ton of fun, and I'll be picking it up on release date. Lastly, Alvo VR got an amazing new trailer, and it looks amazing. If you don't know what Alvo VR is, it is a 5 vs 5 first-person shooter releasing for PSVR and Oculus Rift later this fall. This looks to be the closest we've gotten to Call of Duty in VR so far. It looks like kill streak rewards are a thing in the game, as we saw a pack of dogs attacking players in the trailer. The graphics look amazing, and so does the gameplay. The game will be launching with 4 maps, 3 of which have night variants, so 7 maps in total, and 3 game modes: Team Deathmatch, Search and Destroy, and Free For All. I'm a big fan of first-person shooter VR games, and can't wait to try this when it releases later this year. Well, that does it for this episode of VR Talk. If you liked what you saw, consider leaving a like, subscribing, and comment below with any questions you had. Stay fresh, and I'll see you in the next one.